Introducing first to my right, fighting out of the concrete jungle of New York City, weighing in at 272 pounds, he is the 7-foot savage, PB Smooth! And his opponent to my left, weighing in at 240 pounds, fighting out of Yonkers, New York, home of the brave, Eddie Kingston!
And underway, Eddie Kingston. All jokes with Steve Guy aside.
You know, he actually really likes, I don't know if people know that.
Pretty sure that's a sign of affection from Eddie Kingston. One thing you won't see, though, are any signs of affection in this matchup. Eddie Kingston in there with the 7-foot savage, PB Smooth. And I'll tell you what, all kidding is going out the window because PB Smooth is not a guy that's gonna joke. And just like that.
We could have had this fight on the streets of New York with these two. We're doing it right here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, and you've got a guy, PB Smooth, the 7-foot savage, Eddie Kingston, the War King. He's been through a whole lot of battles in his career. I don't think any of those people have been anything like the 7-foot savage, PB Smooth. Obviously a guy who's just getting started, who's early in his career. But the old adage is you can't teach size. And he shows exactly what that means.
Nothing smooth about the way Eddie just got planted right there.
Well, and that's the thing, the name almost a little bit of a misnomer. There is certainly nothing smooth about what this man does in the ring.
No, he likes to say he's smooth with the ladies, and that's where that comes from. When it comes to getting in the ring, forget it.
If you saw Hell on Earth, or if you even just saw the clips from it, he threw Eric Ryan like a sack of potatoes, exactly like that.
Eddie, we watched Eddie chop many. He just did it to PB Smooth. I mean, 7-foot savage, barely moved.
Kingston's knee, it looks like. Oh, Kingston, and that's that difference we were talking about.
PB Smooth.
I was talking.
Well, how do you take a tree down? You chop it and watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Eddie Kingston, I talked about all the wars he's been in. He is no rookie. Hell, I remember being a teenager going and seeing Eddie Kingston, at essentially the same point in his career that PB Smooth is now.
Well, that was only a few years ago, right, man? Oh, PB Smooth still fighting him off, though.
PB Smooth
right back to the knee.
He's a guy that shows what it means to want this, that shows what it means to be in the grind. He couldn't wait to get in there with a veteran like Eddie Kingston to test himself. But Kingston is going about this all the right ways.
He is the wily veteran. As dominant and as aggressive as we've seen Eddie Kingston, he's still smart. People forget that, I think, sometimes because he's so violent. And now he's just being methodical, taking down PB Smooth's greatest asset, which is really being up top and overpowering him.
Well, you know, there's a very old adage I remember. For those of you that have seen my son walk around these shows, you know that he towers over me. And for that matter, towers over Eddie Kingston. As you may have heard me say to him many times, as my older brother said to me when I passed him up in size, you may be taller than me, but we're the same size once I put you on your ass. And that is exactly the strategy being utilized by Eddie Kingston in this match. Being 7 foot tall isn't much of an advantage when you spend the whole match on your back and on your knees. But look at the strength, even with the attacks on the leg.
And he looked like he was slowing him up a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Normally he would elevate his opponent. Normally you'd see him drop him. He just didn't have it in his legs to do it.
Now typically it's a bit more of a toss, but couldn't get the legs underneath him.
And now setting up full Nelson slam. And PB Smooth cover, and just a hair away.
I thought we were saying the end of Eddie Kingston right there.
2 count,
What
but
a
barely.
close count that was. I mean, that's like a 2 7/8 right there.
Now calling for it. That choke bomb that we've seen so many times out of him. Calling for him to call the corner, but Kingston dropping and a chop block to the front of the knee. You do not normally see it utilized that way, but it forces the knee, forces it to buckle back the wrong way. He drops down into that leg lock.
You might not be able to beat up a 7-foot Savage and pin him, but heck, you might be able to get him to tap here.
And there you see PB Smooth.
Well, when you're 7 feet tall, you can reach for that rope.
I'm going to say that size comes to an advantage right there. Most guys would have to drag Eddie Kingston to the rope. PB Smooth able from the middle of the ring to be able to reach out and grab that bottom of the rope, but now
Eddie's calling for an end here.
Now looking for that back fist to the future, but it's blocked. Blocked, looking for that choke bomb again. Eddie just fighting. Buddy hits it, center of the ring, hook in the leg, 2, 3. And don't